Hello everyone. Welcome to the YouTube Mile Builders Thursday Night General Hangout. Thursday's hangouts are for the general discussion on mile railroading that we all can set a topic to discuss for the night. Thursday's hangouts are the proud sponsor of the Tuesday night presentations, the YouTube Mile Builders, eMag, and the YouTube Mile Builders live show. I want to say thanks for everybody joining in tonight's show. And here's your host for the night, Johnny Reb of Southeast Rails. Oh man, I'm getting caught with my pants down here. Doing what I'm not supposed to be doing. Howdy, howdy. Hope everybody's doing good. Looks like we got a couple of new ones. Now, CG's been here before, haven't you? I see. I got a new guy in here. Let me come up here and find this guy. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Bell Fusion Enterprise. Glad to see you join us. Now we got the usual suspects. We got the Ron down under in Australia, Cabana Bob. Got that troublemaker, Raybo Bell. How you doing, Ray? I ain't seen you for a while. See, Andy's over here in the chat playing incognito. I know he's out of town. Joey. Oh, okay, Bill. He said he found this through searching railroads in the eMag. You need to join YouTube Mile Builders on YouTube and G+. We got a Facebook page under the same name too. Get in on that. And like these shows here, we do nightly chats. So got any questions, you can jump in there during the night and ask them. We try to answer what we can.
And when we don't know, we make something up.
Yeah. Andy didn't go out of town today. He's doing that tomorrow. He said he'll jump in after a while, maybe. Well, hey, not a big fan of Faceplant. That's okay. We still got YouTube and G+. You can join us there. Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Did you make it over to the Fine Scale Expo 2 weeks ago? I know you said you was going to try to. I was kind of looking out to see if you were there. New Haven. If any of you watched, what did you think about the pictures where Andy and us were showing that on his show this week? Yeah, Bill was saying Abraham Lincoln says everything on the internet is true. I believe that was Al Gore, but I'm not going to get no politics here, so uh-oh. So what you doing, Ron?
Well, I've got an echo. I hear myself.
If you're watching a live show, you need to turn the volume off.
Well, I've got it. Yeah, it's both muted and paused. I just had the thing up. I don't hear it now. So, if Lloyd was here, he would ask me the question, as he does every time he sees me. Are you still working on that hotel? And the answer is yes. I'm working on some interior details for this hotel that I've been working on for like 2 months, and trying to create some potted plants tonight.
Okay.
In scale potted plants.
Okay.
So we'll see how that turns out in the next hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I see your contest starts, what, 21st of this month?
Starts on Tuesday. Yep, 21st. That's right.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. I've got a few folks who have emailed me that they are definitely planning to enter. And, of course, there's lots of time. So I'm hoping that as we get going, there'll be some more.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will. Got some great prizes. So,
All right, Ralph, you're in trouble.
Why?
All right, Josh, you still there?
Yes, Rob.
Josh has got a burning question for you.
It's not burn. It technically can be burning. So yeah. I did working on it. With the thing. Let me grab it from the workshop. Yeah, I've been trying this for a couple of years and trying to figure out how to do this. So, what would you do for this? Where's my camera? Where did I put it? Oh, it's on the table for last time I used it. It's on my normal place. I weathered the inside, got the outside. It's just this part. The part I just painted black. It was originally red. I couldn't get it. Weathering in red is pretty hard for me. And definitely on this round surface.
And so is black.
Yeah, I painted it black. Now I need to weather it.
Yeah, but weathering in black is difficult too.
It's a little bit easier, I think.
And if you can move your hand, I can see it. Your right hand. So it's a molten metal car?
Slag car, yeah.
And what's the yellow thing that's on it?
Oh, that's for the paint dripping.
He believes in a lot of paint.
Yeah, I can see.
I was just looking at pictures. It looked like I need some orange, like orange tint, like a rust color. I just wanted your opinion, though.
Yeah, but see, the way I do it is different from the way you do it.
Yeah.
I don't use proper paints to make the rust. I use washes of some sort, and I start with the black being washed down to a gray or a grimy black, and and you can do that with white oil paints and thinner. And once you've got it faded down, then you can start adding your rust streaks and so on.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if you see, I thought this section looked good inside here, though. I think I finally figured out this part of the thing. I thought that looked good. That's the ash from the fire. That's from the wood burner
Okay.
from last year. I haven't cleaned that out yet. I need to get that done. Another thing on my list.
So why should you be any different than anybody else?
Yeah.
Let's see,
We
Bill
all
here, in-scale potted. Now there is a challenge.
Well, potted plant might have been a little less descriptive. I'm looking to make like some ficus trees, some indoor ficus trees to dress up the this hotel lobby a little bit. It needs a little color and something other than just the little bit of furniture that I've got so far. So that seemed like the next step. So I've got some little balsa wood bases for my pots.
Alright. Let's see, Dwight's got a question here for the panel. Okay, panel, my question. I have a Williams HO500 loading dock to build, and it has clear plastic windows that need to be painted. How do I do that without messing it up?
He's looking to paint like the window panes. Why is he wanting to paint the? I'm not sure. I understand exactly what he's after.
Probably the mullions on the windows, the horizontal and vertical pieces.
And they're clear?
Well, the glass is clear. It's probably already got the glass in it. And
I see. You're wanting to paint the frames when the glass is already in place.
Yeah. Yeah, he said the mullions in the sash.
Yeah.
I would say a very fine paintbrush, really.
I mean, he could mask them in HO. It's going to be a task depending on how many there are, because it's a lot of small masking. But I would, if you really want to keep the paint off the clear glass, I would definitely mask them if if the panes are already in place.
Yeah, you in here twice, Ralph.
I didn't know you had a twin, Ralph.
No, I don't.
You
Sorry.
did for a moment.
My computer hiccuped and came back on, and I didn't know I was in twice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, how you doing, Curtis? I talked to him the other day. He said he's doing better. He had hip replacement. Let's see. Ron, it was a pain doing roses in HO scale because they were so small, let alone trying to do in N-scale plants. And Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad says send it to Ron. He is good.
Dwight says there's no frames.
Yeah, up above he said the mullions and such. Probably ain't got a frame around the, wood frame around the window on the outside. Trim frame. You're right. I tell you what, I was over on the YouTube site. And we had a comment on last week's Thursday show when we were talking about making a cone. And Brian made a comment. He said, in regards to the question about making a cone out of styrene, I would form a template cone using a more workable material first, like cardstock, tin, clapboard, thin clapboard, tin, etc. Or find items such as a funnel that is close to the size and shape you want. There are all kinds of funnels out there, baking funnels, automotive funnels, and so forth. Then form the material you want to fill it with styrene on top of the cone, shape the template, clamping it down as you make your way around the template. You may need to warm the styrene up to get it to form to shape. Yeah, I'd recommend that. Triangular shapes evenly formed around the cone, like building an old water tower, the roof on it, could work too. And then sanding and filling the sharp edges. I would fill the gaps. Hang on.
What kind of cone are we talking about?
Last week we were talking
like a roof.
Somebody was asking about making, I guess, the end of a tank, like a gas tank or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I mentioned that very early on in my modeling career, I attempted to scratch build an old style city water tower, and I've still got the remains of it in my scrap box here, and it went really, really well until I came to the roof. And I found myself, at least at that stage, incapable of making a cone that I found satisfactory for the roof.
Okay, I found a little trick to doing it. If you make a large circle, larger than you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut a very, depending on the pitch you want, if you want a low pitch, you cut a very small pie shape out of it, and then glue the two ends together.
That's in essence what I did. And of course, again, I've still got the one that I had tried to make years ago. It's been beat up in my scrap box for 20 years, but that's basically what I did. I used very thin. I think this is like maybe 10,000ths styrene.
Right.
And you can see I brought it together and glued it. But I could just never really get the shape, and I could never get it as round as I needed it to be. Again, this was really early in my modeling efforts. I haven't tried since, so I don't know if I could do a better. I'd hope I could do a better job today. I'm going to let myself believe that until I actually decide to try.
Right. Well, see, when I did the roof for my water tower, I did the circle.
Mm-hmm.
I divided it up. I think it was into 24 segments, and I cut one out. And on every line, I folded it first, so I had now flat sections.
I see. Yeah, no, I didn't.
And then I did the same when I did my the roof on my lighthouse.
Alright, but we're talking about a rounded end of a tank, I believe it was last week. To finish what he was saying, I would fill the gaps with scrap styrene to complete the shape. Sand, fill with putty, glue, and then sand the styrene until smooth. If removing the base template, you will need to back support the seams to give the cones some strength. Hope this will help you get some ideas. As far as filling in, Miles Hale one night when he's in our nightly chat, Jim in Michigan was working on a model that has some gaps in it, and he didn't have any putty to fill them. And Miles told him, he says, take the sprues, cut them into very small pieces, and put them in a jar, you know, small jar, a little paint jar or whatever, and then cover it with your styrene glue, like Plastruck, you know, the liquid weld glue, and put top on it. What happens is that melts that plastic. That's how it, you know, fuses the plastic together, and it becomes like kind of like a putty. And then just smear that in the joints, and then once it's dry, sand it down. So like Brian was saying, I mean, if you're shaping stuff around, if you want to make sure it's not going to stick, if you got one of those rounded funnels or something, line it with saran wrap first. That'll help that styrene come off a lot easier.
Yeah. There's the roof to the lighthouse I did.
Oh yeah,
And
that's sharp.
I added strip styrene on every crease.
Yes.
Now, to make a dome, you could do the same thing and then put body putty on it and round it off, sand it till it's round.
Yeah, cause I think last week we were talking about taking a wood dowel and you know,
just round it off.
Yeah, sand it, round it off, and then heat your styrene up and pull it down on it.
Yeah.
You still there, Josh? Yo, Josh. Okay, he must have stepped out. All right, Troy. So what's the best software for track planning a layout? Second, what's the best free one?
I would not touch that question as it's asked. However,
I'll touch it.
I'm all about free and or cheap. This isn't free, but as far as cheap is concerned, I use AnyRail, which I think I paid like $40 for, and I'm pretty happy with the results for $40.
Okay, so as far as free is concerned, Extract CAD is free. The only problem, you don't get the 3D view on it. I played with that a little bit. As far as what Mr. Ron said, I agree with the AnyRail. As far as paid's concerned, I'm using that and I like it.
I'm going to interrupt real quick here because Bill, I like this guy. This is his first night here. He goes Ricola.
But if the second version, if you had to pay for something, is going to probably be SCARM. But I left SCARM and I went to AnyRail, and then SCARM went paid because it used to be free. But I would say AnyRail is my top.
Yeah. That's usually very popular. Interrail's not too bad. I think it's $60 now, something like that, or just under.
Yeah, it's not bad. No,
Yeah.
I think
It's a quarter
That's
of
'cause
my
I think I paid
Social
40, but I've
Security.
had it for a while.
Yeah, I mean it's a quarter of my Social
Maybe-
Security at 60. So And I want to say,
I
hey,
did
Professor, Prof, how you doing? Yeah, it does get a little quiet when Andy's not around, but he is on the way in and he is listening. So,
who's Andy? We have an echo now. We did. Never mind.
I didn't hear it. Andrew
I had one
over.
briefly on my end earlier. But
Yeah, Andrew over in that little island down south of us. He says, Scarm, you can render your landscape as well.
You could do that in any rail too.
So there, Andrew, what you can do in Scarm, Chris will do in any rail. Nah, 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 nah.
oh boy.
New Haven graph paper and the scale templates work great as well.
Hey, I've done that. I'm all about that stuff. I hear you. The problem is with graph paper, I could come up with some beautiful designs on paper, and I had the templates that were supposed to make your turnouts perfect to scale on paper, but it never fits. At least that's my experience. I'm not a good enough drafter, obviously, because it never fit on the plywood like it did on the paper.
Well, you got to remember too, what you're designing is, you can't be. It's not like you're designing a building. You know what I mean? You're designing a track plan, and there's going to be some faults in that, or
Some variance, right?
yeah, where you're going to have to, work out your as you're laying. But what the program I think does for you is it gives you your bench work, or what close bench work to what you need to build to do what you want to do.
Right.
And to establish your clearances for walkways and such, or to help you with critical components like a turntable or something like that. It's not gonna track wise. It's not gonna give you to the nearest degree to what track has to be where.
Yeah, Jennifer.
You can get pretty close.
Yes,
You get pretty close with the like an any rail. Like my any rail track plan, variation between it and my actual track plan on the bench work is very, very little, as opposed to what I could produce if I was drawing it on paper with templates. Just pretty close. Not perfect, but pretty close.
Yeah, Jennifer, she said she used Atlas. It was good.
Can you only
Atlas
use
works pretty good if you're using all Atlas track components. But if you're not using all Atlas track components,
what'd you say, Andy?
Yeah, right track, Atlas track.
Yeah.
right.
Andy, your audio's pot. I think you're going to need to refresh.
Dwight says he's cheap.
I think,
Yeah, we know that.
I think graph paper is howdy, boys.
It's not good. You got a digitized signal.
Yeah.
There it goes.
So I didn't catch hardly any of that. I heard something about graph paper.
How about now?
Yep. For right
Much
now,
better.
it's still good.
All right. I said graph paper's fine if you're working
you're working with tight clearances. You either have to do it on a computer, or I use brown paper, roll paper, craft paper, wood to lay out wood to wood, turn out templates, everything. You get a C at full size, and you will know for sure it'll fit.
Well, the computer's drawing it in full scale, really. It's just that when you go to print it, you're scaling it down. It's depending on how you're printing it, obviously.
Yeah, Andrew said, I
Well,
use...
I know
Yeah,
and if you draw it on a computer, it'll work. I don't have any challenge that's the problem.
You still got bad lag, Andy. Andrew said, I use SCARM to get my track plan, get my track plan, then print out the turnout and the buildings 1-to-1, lay them on my bench work, and adjust if needed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any of them work. It's just finding what's the one you like, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got a guest in here. Your camera work?
It's a mystery guest.
Yeah.
It's probably Andy.
Yeah, Troy's up there. He goes, why do the tech guys always have the most computer errors or tech difficulties?
For the exact same reason the mechanics drive the worst cars.
Yeah.
Because they're always busy working on everybody else's stuff. At least that's my theory.
You back yet, Josh? I guess
He
not.
went to bed and left his camera on.
He knows better than to do that.
We left the power on because now the tower lights are on.
Oh yeah, the lights are on. Yeah.
Mr. Ray.
Oh, Ray's the guest.
No, not the guest.
Well, it says you are on the little corner of your square.
Oh, gee, isn't that nice? I wonder why that is.
Well, yeah, I was being nice and just going to leave it alone.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Yeah. Well, looks like we got another new guy in here. How you doing?
No, the tower lights do it.
We'll see if his microphone works in a second. Ah, Mr. Bill. How are you, sir? Your microphone work? Alright, I can hear you saying something. I can't understand what you're saying. I tell you what, go up to the very top of your screen in the center, and you'll see Cam Mic. Click on that and make sure that the right microphone is selected. If it is, go ahead, reselect it, and then hit save, so it'll refresh it.
His sound was doing the same as Andy's.
Yeah, he must be on an Apple computer. Andy will shoot me
You're
for
just
that.
trying to start an argument tonight, aren't you? Not with me.
Oh, there was internet.
I can so relate.
Yeah, right, Jerry. I'm afraid you're going to have to catch up on the recording. He just popped in and said we need to restart again. I don't want to do that.
Why not,
Oh,
Johnny?
come on, John. Why not?
Yeah.
You were the leader of this raid.
Andrew Gilmore said, "Don't fix Andy's, please."
Oh, okay. Bill, tell you what. Go back to camera mic and you'll see video quality. Drop that from good to low and let's see what that does for you.
That makes a world of difference. If you've got an internet issue.
Well, he said the computer needs some more speed, so.
So do I. Not my computer. Me personally. I need some
Are you
more
okay,
speed.
Ron?
Yeah. I'll
How's
just, you know.
that?
That was getting a little bit better. Your audio's still choppy, but it is a little louder.
Chris, what I meant was I need to be faster. Okay, maybe I should clarify that statement.
Okay, I just want to make sure you didn't need any help. Like,
On my hard drive.
I'm okay.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to kind of listen first with these guys. They're having slower computers and their speed. What's that, Bill?
It's not working.
I tell you what, Bill, we have nightly chats. Write this down. Look at the address and you'll see the appear.in with the /. Instead of YTMB-live, after the /, just type in YouTube Mall Builders, one word. That's our nightly chat room. You can come in there. We can work on the trying to figure out what your problem is with the computer on the audio, because your video's doing pretty good. Well, since we got Ray in here now, what you been up to, Ray? I hadn't seen much of you lately. I don't think you've been posting that much, have you?
I'm up to about 6'2".
Yeah, well, we know that. We know the hip waders go a little further than that.
Now I've actually gotten somewhat back on track with the vlogs. You know, I've actually had 2 of them back to back. Yeah, just last weekend, and I was going to ask, I'm not sure if we've got any S-scalers in the group or not, but I came across something last week on a buddy of mine's locomotives that I thought was rather fascinating. And I actually brought it up in one of in the last vlog that I did last Sunday.
Yeah, Bill, that changing, but like Troy said, Chrome is about the most compatible with this. But I also remember that we're in a free room, so once we get over 4 people, the quality does kind of go down. And I'm getting an echo from somebody here. Let me see if I can figure out who they are.
It's coming from Ray. It's coming from Ray.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
so what was the?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm using Google, by the way, whoever was asking the question for
Yeah.
a browser.
Yeah, that's Ralph.
That was me.
So what was the interesting thing about S-scale? I'm curious.
Oh, sorry.
No, John, you do not have to leave. You're in a total different part. I'm talking about over here in the panel.
And what I found is that he had picked up my buddy had picked up a pair of what I would consider PA1 locomotives in S gauge, American Flyer. And the one locomotive on the rear truck actually had rubber wheels, not just rubber around the wheel. It actually had rubber wheels. And the second one, which was the tow, I guess the one that was behind that, also had one. Instead of it being two, it only had one that was rubberized. But that was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that, because I know at HO scale, back in the day, they actually Revell did it for a while, and I think even Lake and Bachman did the same thing. The cheaper stuff, I know. They had the traction tires that you would have to put on the wheels. But that was the first time I'd ever seen that with a S gauge.
Yeah, so I'm not an S gauge, but I'm an O scale, and O scale, because Lionel is predominantly O scale, they put traction tires on their engines. So all my O scale engines have traction tires. So that's probably what that is traction tires.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Now, the fascinating part was, I think he actually had an original American Flyer locomotive, and I think those two may have been flying out because they frames didn't. The frame, we wanted to move the frame from one of the locomotives over to another one. That the internals are dead in it. The problem was the older one actually had a motor in the front and the motor on the rear, where the newer ones only had a motor on the front. So it was, like I said, it was just different. That was the first time I've actually gotten to play or mess around with S gauge, and the only reason why it was over is he wanted me to go ahead and do some maintenance on him for him. You know, oil them and grease them up so that they ran better. And of course, my father had a American Flyer HO gauge set. I still got the power pack from that. The funny thing with that was the power pack would run the locomotives, but it would not flip the sequence auto reversing unit. My guess is it didn't have enough oomph behind it to do that.
Josh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, I kicked you because you weren't responding to me, and I'm trying to improve the audio quality, but hang on while I got you here. I had a question for you earlier. Let me see if I can find it again.
Sorry, I probably had you muted because you were talking the most, and I had to finish up one thing for something I'm doing tomorrow.
Well, yeah, don't mute the boss. You'll get docked on your paycheck. Alrighty, this is Buddy Long. I think this is first time in here too. He said hello from Hershey, PA. I was just up there. I was probably about an hour away over in Altoona. Chris and I and Andy we're at the Fine Scale show.
You're a little farther than an hour, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. He said he just joined in, and the 3-rail layout caught his eye on the screen. What size is the layout? And I know this is going to be dangerous, but and do the signals work by infrared in terms of changing aspects?
Here, I will start with the signal thing, and then the layout side. Signal wise, it is not infrared. I didn't use that because one thing Andy's even said, if you're still in the block, you're going to be dropping out. And I'm actually doing relays. I thought about doing it with JMRI and different stuff. So everything's relay interlocked, and it's the relay. It's the third rail triggering the other rail, kind of like the prototype where you would. It's the isolate. One's does not have power all the time, and the other one does have ground or power. And when it crosses over, it triggers the relay, making the signal drop. It's also interlocked with turnouts and tortoises, switch machines, and they do work.
And what size?
You can go back in the videos. In YouTube Model Builders or in my YouTube channel in Newcastle Railroad, and then space Cohen, and you can find the relays and different stuff I'm doing. There's a clear signal. Then I'm going to drop it down. I can set the other direction and will not let it clear. Then I can move the turnout over. Then re-clear it, and there. Now it shows up a clear, and if I run a car, let me just pick up one car, through the signal from here into here, and you'll see the signal goes to stop position, and these are Pensi position lights. Now we'll go, and there it goes to caution, and I'm clearing back up to main. Okay? And it's just relays underneath the table. Layout size is about. I would have to look. Let me really quick look. I think I have it written down on my Facebook page. I have it written down the information. I think. I don't want to get this mixed up. I do it all the time. Page. Review. Personal blog. I think it's in there. About. That's where. We'll see a railroad. Business.
Did you read Buddy's question, Ralph?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. When Josh gets done, I'll let you answer it.
Okay, it's 12 by 15. I'm modeling. It's 12 by 15. It's I have a main line that it's built for operations. Most O-gauge layouts are not built for operations. I do host and I used to host operating sessions. I do have a waybill system and track order, train orders, and a sequence list. Modeling the Pensi Lake Division Central Region. I also model a railroad called Youngstown and Southern, and my version of it is going under the name Coal and Steel Railroad. It's a fictional version of it. It's a prototype freelance because I changed the town names a little bit. And then I am going to put an HO level above it that will take coal from Smith Ferry on the Ohio River down to the breaker, and then over to the coke ovens where it'll be sent to the coke ovens and then shipped to my steel mill over on the other side of the table. That's right over here. And I do have a staging yard. There's all my waybills. Really quick. Jacob Coal Company, my yard.
You're
Everything.
moving the camera too fast.
What?
You're moving your camera too fast. It's all a blur.
Okay. I'll move slower. I was trying to rush so everybody can get turning here.
We didn't take Dramamine tonight.
And also here, if you can see it,
Nope.
There now. You should see it. There's the relays. Right there. There's one of them. of like 2,000 relays that are under here, I feel like. And I'm still putting more in. And there's the control panel. And I'm going to put my camera above on the platform now. So that's the layout. If you have any questions, you could also go to my YouTube channel, Newcastle Railroad Space Cohen, or my Facebook page and my photograph for my rail painting. I do post my railroad stuff over there too. Is coal and steel railroad photographs on Facebook. If anybody wants to look that up.
All right, Buddy said thanks for answering the question. He appreciated it. He said that he's 3-rail.
Oh, good, another 3-railer.
It's great to see a 3-railer on the board, on the panel. By the way, Josh only gets $5 for his signed autographs too. All right, Ralph, your turn.
Okay. Salt technique in HO and lower does not scale well. What I use in place of the salt technique when I'm doing it is sponges. You can use a makeup sponge, or you can use a natural sponge with paint and dab it on. And if it's on the roof you're talking about, I suggest that you do it with a sponge rather than the salt technique. You can't get the salt crystals fine enough to apply them, and you apply them to a wet surface, wet with either water or windshield washer fluid, and let it dry. And what ends up happening is the smaller salt chips dissolve. So it doesn't work well. That's what I've found. I'm not saying you can't, but that's what I found. Go ahead, Chris.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ralph, but speaking of sponges, I got this at Hobby Lobby for like $3. The dabber.
Hang on a second.
I thought maybe it would be good to do like what you're talking about, because there's a little handle on it.
But what is the material?
It's
a brush, or is it sponge?
It's a coarse sponge.
It's a natural sponge. I've seen them. They're very rough in texture.
In your scale, it would probably work.
Right.
Full scale, because the grain in the sponge is pretty big. But as you start going smaller, HO scale, it doesn't work well. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just it doesn't work too well.
Well, I see Mr. Dude has joined us on the panel. How you doing, Dude? Well, we can barely see you. I can't hear you if you're talking. You might want to go straight up to the top, check the mic settings. And Ralph, Buddy said, okay, thanks, Ralph. Actually,
I'm gonna try and cover that on the next issue of the Weathering Show.
Yeah. Kenny asked Ralph, are you talking about the white triangle makeup sponge?
You can actually get it in multiple different shapes. I use the white triangle, and I break all the straight edges off it so I have an uneven surface. That way I don't make, when you press down, you don't leave straight lines from the corners and so on. And depending on how hard or how light you push, you get a full sponge or you get partial imprint or printing.
Yeah. By the way, dude, congratulations. I hadn't seen where he posted if they set a date or not on when he's getting married.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, you notice Ari's not here tonight.
Okay.
He didn't finish his honeydew list this afternoon.
Right.
He's having to work overtime, I guess. I'll tease him because he's not here. Come on, get them mics working a little faster there, dude. Now your audio's come up better. No, still can't hear you. It's not picking the microphone up. Yeah. Oh, well, if I do that, it kind of... Let's see. I was trying to get into the show to watch a spectator. Yeah. Mike's not working, huh? Maybe Santa Claus will bring you another laptop. Yeah, that one's got an awful lot of duct tape on it.
Duct tape will fix anything.
If not, baling wire will.
Duct tape, coat hanger, and some baling wire. That all works.
Andy's back. Do we have better audio this time? You're at home now.
Possibly.
Yeah, for right now.
That's good at the moment.
Jerry over here
You
said...
don't hear us, do you, Andy?
Yeah, Jerry over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, now Ralph is out of sync.
Now Ralph's going to think.
Yeah. One after
Okay,
another.
all you doubters. Indoor potted in-scale trees. You see that?
A little
Here,
blurred.
Let me
But you're
I always turn the autofocus on my mic off because if I don't, it like pulsates all night. It's really obnoxious.
Hey Ryan, can you hold on so I can get my magnifying glass?
Yeah, I just dropped it.
What's up, dude?
See if it'll focus on that.
Anyway, dude,
Okay.
I think Jerry was referring to you. He said he's a Legion chaplain. I can do a service for a reduced rate on the computer.
Okay.
Ron's getting choppy over there.
Yeah, the more people come in, the worse it gets.
Now, to be honest, Johnny, I'm gonna have to jump off, but it was good to be able to get in here for a change. I think it's only the second time I've been able to make a Thursday night hangout since I've been around. So,
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, Ray. You know, we got the nightly chats going too. If you got a few minutes, you can pop in there too.
I have to get that link from you. Where did you say that was?
It's the peer.in / and then the word YouTube Mall Builders. One word.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I'll have to give it a...
We're just as abusive there as we are here.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we're equal opportunity, though. We do it for everybody.
That's what I tell everybody. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I pick on everybody. Mainly myself.
Hey, The link's in the chat for the main room.
But
Here in the room, not in the YouTube channel.
Come into the regular chat.
Yeah, right
Did you,
here.
Did you see that, Ray? Josh put it over in the chat here on the panel. Bottom right corner, circle.
Yep. Gotcha. I gotcha.
All right, John, you have a good one. We'll catch you later. Oh, Ralph jump out.
So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here, folks. But just as a heads up there, I've got a contest going on my channel till the end of the month. I'm going to be giving away a Athearn Penn Central boxcar and a CSX boxcar. But,
okay.
Yeah, it started with, gosh darn it. Started 2 weeks ago, and there is some rules to what's going on. I think I've got like 5 or 6 people so far that have picked up on it, but yeah, go check it out. You all have a good evening.
All right, Ray.
Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time.
All right, you too. Have a good one.
Good to see you, Ray.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye. I'll tell you what, Bill, when the show's over, if you go look at the link that you, the posting that you got the link for this show, I'll go back over and put the link in there for our nightly chat room. All it is appear.in/YouTube Mall Builders, one word. Alright, let's see. Ron up here, Jerry, is an N scale. He's the only one on the panel right now. Is Ron. He's the N scale. Rest of us are HO except for Josh. He's 3 rail O scale.
Yeah, they're all those HO conformists, you know.
Yeah. That would be Rainbow Bell. Yes, he's HO. And thank you, Ralph. Ralph posted the link there too, Bill, in the chat right here. You have to spell out the word dot, so just use the dot character between the appear and in. That's for our nightly chats. When you get in there, if it's a little early and nobody's in there, just hang around for a few minutes if you can, and somebody will probably pop in. When you get in there, if it's a little early and nobody's around for a few minutes,
Getting an echo from somebody.
You'll probably hop in.
Yeah, I think that was Bill. Well, actually what it is, Ron, is kind of a combination. I mean, we're in the free room, and they're using 2 different servers. When you got 4 people in, the connection's real good. After 4 people, it switches to a different server, and the connection's not quite as good. But it does help if you have a fairly fast or new machine. Alright, dude. Hear the cuckoo clock.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I still have the cuckoo clock.
yeah. Yeah, the audio is just a little bit out of sync, a little choppy, but we can understand you.
Yeah, this thing's changed. I can't even log in for some reason.
Really? You on Chrome?
I'm the Google page, and then as soon as I click on the, I'm not. That's why I come up as guest.
Yeah. You see a a round circle up top right-hand corner. You can click on that and put your name in there. But we tell people to just go ahead and log into appear.in and just create an account. It's free.
Huh.
But this is more compatible with Chrome. Firefox doesn't do good at all here. Well, I hadn't been. I noticed today they came out with a whole new version of Firefox.
Oh, so this isn't. Is this? So this isn't Google then?
No, this is not Google. It's totally standalone.
Okay.
This is kind of like GoToMeeting. It's one of those meeting standalone softwares or servers where you do video meetings and conferences. Andy had been playing around with several different ones because Google was getting pretty bad for us, giving us a lot of problems. So Andy started looking around, playing around with different ones, and he got on this one. He and I were trying it out, and then we jumped into a hangout, told everybody to come over to this and try it. Next thing we knew, everybody's really liking it because the video and the audio was a whole lot better than the Google. Yes, Jason, that is dude. You're back, Robert.
Yeah, the other computer was freezing up on me.
I'm trying to get my code now so I can.
So let's see how long this one holds out.
Jerry, I'm not sure if NBC owns Google or not. They may. Oh, Phil said, hey, dude.
Okay. No, I have an actual. It didn't give me no password or anything like that, but.
Don't think you do a password.
You don't need one.
Yeah. But you have to give me a call sometime when you get a little time, dude. You still got my number?
Oh yeah.
Introduce your littlest ones to a fun, interactive way to learn as they play.
Yeah, this is I've watched a little bit of your guys' videos that you've done.
Cheeseburger. Go west with the bacon thick cut. The barbecue sauce flows like the baby wants to eat.
Yeah. We've tried expanding the horizon some. Ooh, that's got to be a big dog.
This is my new baby.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you had that one for a while.
Fiance.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 months old. Yeah, she's gonna be a big one. They're terrible too. For dog years, that is.
Yeah.
So what's Andy been up to?
Mostly work for the last few weeks, but it's actually been a busy few months. But I get a little time in here, but I'm mostly extended on detail stuff. I've got a big construction project for the peninsula underway, but it's kind of been slow. It moved fast for a little while. Now it's kind of slow moving again.
Yeah, and here's our part-time troublemaker coming back. Hey, Andy.
Hey, how's it going? No. Keeps going in and out.
Yeah. I don't think that happened, Bill. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not. Phil Wyman said, "Hey, dude, long time no see." All right, Ron, are you keeping up with your time? I don't want to be in that cold chill either.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Okay.
I got about 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm glad you said something there, Jerry. Just real quick, let everybody know. Next Thursday's Thanksgiving, so I'm going to move the Thursday night show to Wednesday, because I'm the only show next week anyway, so it'll be one day early.
So we can chat here while we smell the turkey cooking.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll be smoking one that day too. Don't take too long to do poultry.
Do y'all deep fry them down there, Johnny? You ever had deep fried turkey?
I don't. I smoke mine. I never
when
had.
we lived in Texas.
Yeah,
we lived in Texas. Deep fried turkey was a big thing.
No, a lot of people around here, I think, they fry them, but
yeah. They're good. You'd think they'd be greasy. They're really not. They seal real fast and pretty good. But I have no doubt a smoked one would be amazing too. I don't know if I've ever had a home smoked turkey.
Yeah. Jerry, I don't know about you. He said, okay, on Wednesday. Sounds foul to me. Marty goes, so in other words, Thursday in the real world, because it's Thursday here is Friday for Marty. So now he actually gets a Thursday show.
That's right, Thursday show in Australia.
I will do it at the same time. It'll still be the 9 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time. But, well, anybody else got anything?
Just working on my dental.
Volume's a little bit low there, Andy.
Oh, okay. I must be too far away.
Yeah, I saw where you posted you're working on the what was it, the dentals?
I guess that's what you'd call it. I mean, it's not true dental, but it is like dental.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'm working on right now as I'm talking to you. Got all them little teeth.
Yeah. All right, Jerry, have a good night.
Yeah, I got a comment. You haven't got that second main line in yet? No, not yet. I'm working on some of the other things.
Yeah.
Man, everybody. Got a message the other day. You gonna make it up there to Sioux Falls? I said, I don't think so. Not this time. Yeah. Yeah, there she is in the background.
Yeah. I tell you what, that yeah, it looks great, but boy, is that thing big.
Yeah, it is. 25 feet 4 inches.
You think that's big? You should see the real thing.
Yeah.
You know, I never have. I've never seen the real thing.
No, I have several times. I just by it the other day, and she's big.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the pictures of them building it?
When I started looking at doing that project and everything else, I mean, what I was looking for was I was just looking for a bridge or something to build. And as far as building bridges, it's kind of like you got to get the proportions right. Otherwise, it looks like if it won't hold up a train, or else it looks like it'll hold up a battleship. And so when I found the dimensions for that thing, and I says, I think that's what I'm going to build. So I started doing the template for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted it on Facebook or something, and it was almost immediately everybody says, "Is that Nicholson Bridge?" I said, "Yeah."
At one time, that was the biggest concrete structure in the world, I believe.
I think it was. I know that they consider that one of the 8 engineering wonders of the world or something, or what it is.
Well, now you got 9. Yours.
Yeah.
My boss does HO, and I was telling him, I was with him when we by it the other day, and I was telling him about that you modeled it in HO, the whole thing. And I said to him, he even took the one letter off like it is, and I pointed to him because we're going right by it. He's like, get out of here. That thing has to be huge. I said, oh, it's big.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think I might. I'm going to see if I can take that to the National Train Show next year.
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah, Kenny was asking, what are you building, Andy? What he's building is the Nicholson Bridge in HO scale.
Let's see. I'll go see if I can take the.
It's also known as the Tunkhannock Viaduct too.
Tunkhannock Viaduct. Yeah, we'll go.
Its more common name is the Nicholson Bridge, though. It was one time, not to take Andy's fire away, but one time it was part of the main line for the DL&W, Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western. Now it currently services the Norfolk Southern line because Norfolk Southern bought the CP right away.
There you go. Is it getting in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll focus a little better once it quit moving. But Kenny, Andy just said that was 25 feet, 4 inches, right?
4 and loose change.
Yeah.
5/16 or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you have a big enough basement.
You know, I started building that thing when I was still in an apartment.
Really?
Yep. I just had a garage. And I had access to tools.
Now, how long did it take you to build that?
I am coming up on over 2 years right now.
Andy Kenny said, wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Am I over 2 years? I'm probably just a little over 2 years on that right now.
Now, that's a lot of wood, right? Most of it?
Most of it, yeah. I did a few things to it. The outer skin is all 1/4 inch MDF. They pulled a good one on me on that one. The first one, I made the first template, and I says, took a pair of dial indicators to it, or calipers. I said, oh man, that's almost exactly 1/4 inch, within 1 or 2 thousandths. Went back to Menards to go buy the next ones, and it's, USOBs. It must have been, what they call that, lean Sigma 6 or whatever, because now 1/4 inch was down maybe 10 thousandths. So I got one pair of arches that are really not even being used right now. That difference in thickness.
Huh.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, I think an overall material right now, I'm probably $600-700.
I'm gonna, Andy, I'm gonna let you shoot Kenny. I'm just a messenger here, but Kenny said you should have cast the whole thing in plaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and you wouldn't be able to move it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, well, if I'm going to go with that each time, might as well just cast it in concrete, so that way I get the concrete color.
Yeah. You need a forklift to move that thing.
Yeah. Actually, I believe it, all in all, that thing is pretty light. Each section is, it's not as heavy as it appears.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose. I wanted to try to make it light enough. That was part of the idea behind it is, like you see so many people with their, I can't build a railroad and everything else, and I just, okay, we're going to show you how to do this. If I can build this thing after living in an apartment, now I'm finally in a house and all that, and then just knowing how to build it.
Well, guys, I got to duck out and go pick up my wife. I'll probably see some of y'all over in the other room later.
All right, Ron. Good having you in here.
All right, thank you. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, go get her so you don't get in trouble.
Right. Thanks for looking out for me, Johnny. Good to see y'all.
Okay, bye. Looking after him, I just don't want to be in trouble. So you don't blame it on me.
So my sound works better. The app works better for the inlet appearing than the computer does.
That's what Andy's usually using. The other Andy.
Yeah.
That he's on Apple computers, but I think his problem's more of the his internet there at the house.
Yeah.
When he's at work, he's got real good connection there.
Yeah. Well, most of your works have a good hardwire line. If you're in a rural area, if you're using DSL, you can have issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in a rural area, but for some reason or another, Andy's jealous of my internet because I'm on Comcast. I got their lowest internet package, what they call the 25.5. You know, mine's working real well.
Well, it's cable companies. They have the coaxial, so they can actually give you a better signal. If you got DSL services, depends on those wires.
Yeah. Well, I did have AT&T for a while.
You know what AT&T stands for, don't you?
We gotta keep it clean here.
Arsehole, torture, and torment.
Yeah. Yeah, Ralph says it's either one of two problems. It's always the internet or a slow computer.
Yeah. Well, I do know that I one time had to go to UPS there when I was in San Diego. And behind the counter, there were like 30 Uverse boxes because their service requires a good copper wire. They're trying to get people hooked up in buildings that are 50 years old.
Yeah.
So that DSL just won't work. And the Uverse sparks okay, but the people need the internet, and the internet won't work a damn.
Yeah.
So I got the other room up on the computer, and it seems to be running slow now. I don't know why.
Well, we got a few less people in here too, because this is a free room. Up to 4 people, you'll get a good connection, but when you go over 4, the system automatically switches to a different server.
Yeah.
And the quality drops down a little bit.
Free cola. Yeah, it's I know that's the thing with PlayStation Network. Now trying to bring out premium service because people complain about their service where Xbox uses regular servers, so you get better gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to really try slow internet, you should try old-fashioned Airlink modems.
Yeah. I already got that T-shirt.
Yeah, they're cellular modems. They're nice modems, but I mean, I'm trying to remote access a system to check on it, and it's like you definitely will not want to web browse with these things.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll tell you what, we're coming up on the 1.5 hour mark here. So I guess we're going to wind this one on up, put it back in the can.
Sounds like fun.
Don't y'all forget, next week is Thanksgiving on Thursday, so I'm going to move the show to Wednesday night. Still be the same time, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, give people a break so they can go to the Black Friday sales on Thursday, right?
Yeah. All right, let me get over here and get my stuff set up here.
Like everyone's trying to head over the interchange.
All righty. Well, go to YouTubeMallBuilders.com. There you can check schedules for the weekly shows. The Tuesday and Wednesday shows are 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time. The Thursday and the Saturday live show is 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time. let's see. Yeah, this week, the 18th of this week, Saturday, we got Big Bill and Barry. The Saturday live show, once a month live show. That'll be 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Bill's got a rather interesting fella going to be on the show with him. He is an N-scaler. It's the Lofty N-scaler is the guest for this Saturday. So you want to definitely tune in for that one. And also be sure and click on the email while you're on the website and sign up for email notifications.
Already got that one.
Yeah, so when that JD and his team get the email done, you'll get a notification by email. Be able to read that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll catch y'all this coming Saturday, 2 days from today.
Yeah.
So y'all have a good rest of the week, and we shall see you Saturday night.